What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to the Just Raiders Baby podcast. I am your host. I'm Jay Raider. I wanted to hop on tonight to go over Raiders versus Steelers, tomorrow's game. We're about almost 24 hours from kickoff, just over 24 hours. So I just wanted to hop on and just talk about a few things here, some keys to victory tomorrow. Obviously, we have some people out. We have Christian Wilkins out, and that's a huge blow to our defense. But on the flip side, we do have Divine Diablo coming back tomorrow. So that's going to be pretty cool to see him back in the defense. We haven't seen him all year. I believe he's been out with an oblique since the beginning of the season or since preseason. So to have him back is going to be really awesome. And then we have Tyron Munford coming back as well. So we get to see him tomorrow, possibly doing some snaps tomorrow. So pretty cool. Now we have a tough Steeler team coming in to Vegas tomorrow. They're 3-2, and Justin Fields has been playing pretty well. So, and then we have the matchup with T.J. Watt, and fortunately for him, he's actually hurt, but he's going to play tomorrow. But like I was saying in a different podcast earlier, what percentage of a TJ Watt are we going to see? Are we going to see like a 40% TJ Watt, 50%, or 70, 80% TJ Watt? Is he really going to be able to make an impact tomorrow? I don't know. Probably not, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Our offensive line hasn't played great. So that's going to be another thing is our guys are going to continue to progress and be able to provide protection in that pocket and really win the battle at the trenches, because that's one of the biggest key things here is making sure we're winning the battle at the trenches. That hasn't happened, and our run game has been suffering for that, unfortunately. So we haven't, even though we switched up from Zamir White to Alexander Madison, um, in the game versus Denver, yes, we started off good, but after that, after the first quarter, there really wasn't much of a run game after that. So consistency is key here, making sure that we are opening up those lanes for Alexander to be able to go ahead and run through and be able to get big chunk yardage. If that's not happening, then we're gonna have another long day ahead of us. We still have Devontae out. Devontae's out with the hamstring, so you know, don't really know when he's gonna come back. Even if he does come back with the whole trade, he might possibly even get traded before the deadline. Who knows? Or right at the deadline. But honestly, I believe he's probably gonna stay with us, and he's gonna, play out the season with us. And after that, he's probably gonna be gone after that. So because he likes AOC, and he's been a proponent of AOC since the off season. So his preferability was to play with Ian O'Connell, and unfortunately, he didn't win initially the first quarterback battle. And like I said before in previous podcasts, when they pull Gardner Minshew, it's going to be at the second half of a game, and you're never going to see him again. And guess what happened? He's gone. He's most likely going to be the backup quarterback for the rest of the season. You're not really going to see him anymore unless Aiden O'Connell gets hurt or something like that. That's the only time we're going to see this kid come back in and actually play, or unless they need a run play or something like that, where they need to do like a quarterback sneak or draw or something like that. But yeah, that's going to be the last of Minshew. Unfortunately, the experiment didn't work, and so now we're going with AOC. So I see Devontae being kind of lured back, and obviously the other things going on outside of the Raiders with Robert Saleh getting fired from the Jets, and now you got Derek Carr who's hurt, got injured. He injured his oblique, so he's out for a few weeks. So that really doesn't leave him much room to go anywhere else. I mean, Does he want to go anywhere else? I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty sure he's willing to play for other teams, but what kind of situation are you going to go into? He wanted to play with familiar quarterback, and now that's not possible unless you want to run the risk and go to New York and play with Aaron Rodgers without an actual head coach and a team that's kind of in disarray at the moment. And it's kind of like going from one bad situation to another dysfunctional family to another, and it really don't make sense. So I don't really see him going anywhere till after the season, if that. So whenever we get Devontae back, that's probably when he'll probably be put back into the offense. But at the moment, that has actually been disclosed by the Raiders. Jacoby Myers has actually been moved from questionable to doubtful. Now he's battling an ankle injury, so it's still a small percentage that he might play tomorrow, but it might not happen. And so don't really, bank on him coming out and being part of that game. I would say, this is kind of that hurts us. That hurts our offense. Yeah, we have Brock Bowers, but can't be just Brock alone. So obviously Trey Tucker, got TJ Turner. Raiders today activated Alex Bachman, from former receiver from the Giants, and I believe Wilkerson as well. He's been activated to the active roster. So we'll have some guys in there, but they haven't done any real reps in actual season situation gameplay. So they're just kind of fillers at this point. They might get a couple targets and stuff like that, and that's good. But obviously, it's going to really rely on Trey Tucker and DJ Turner and Brock Bowers to really carry that offense and get things moving. So my keys to victory for this offense is obviously win the battle of the trenches. That's going to be first and foremost there. That way we're able to establish that run game. We need Alexander Madison to really step up and have a great game. We have Zamir White coming back as well. And I see him probably, if we can do it, utilize him more as a power runner to really, try to punch that ball in the middle. But that's still kind of shaky, going back to a few games where he fumbled that, he had that fumble back at the 20-yard line and got that pick six or whatever. Still gives me chills down my spine. So I don't know if I really trust him with the football or not. But at least he can be that workhorse that, if you want to go up the middle or on a, kind of at the 1 yard line situation, you maybe can hand it off to him. But we really got to get the run game going for sure. But we can't, if it ain't working, don't stick with it. I still recommend doing pass first type of offense. So pass, then run, instead of going just run, pass. Because our offensive line is still not 100%. They're not playing at 100%. It's going to take a while for them to really get established. And then once you do, then you can kind of go with that strategy. But obviously, Aiden Connell has to start off early. First drive, we have to go ahead and score, preferably a touchdown and not a field goal. Get us on the board pretty quickly. Get that rhythm going. That's going to be key for him. Getting Brock Bowers involved. Definitely want to get that guy a lot of touches on every drive throughout the game. And once we start going away from Brock, our offense starts stalling. And I noticed that for the last 3 or 4 games, our offense has stalled once we start shying away from Brock. So getting him involved is going to be key here. He's a hot player. He's a hot hand. Got to play it, So getting Brock involved is going to be crucial. This kid already scored a touchdown last game. He's about to score 2, and then obviously that pick 6 from Gardner fucked that all up. It is what it is, but he's on it. So definitely got to play that kid. On the defensive end, we get Max Crosby. He's getting healthier. every week. Still hasn't really practiced during the week, but I mean, I think at this point, don't really need much practice just to make sure that he's not stiffening up or anything like that. But um, you got him. You got Devon Diablo coming back. You still got the Snowman, Charles Snowden. He's actively participating as well. So they're having really good games. Isaiah Palomal in that deep safety position. And then obviously you got Jack Jones and Jacorian Bennett. And Jacorian Bennett's been playing really solid. I hope we can get to see nice pick from that guy. But if not, just keep playing that solid ball and trying to hold. The biggest thing here is trying to hold the Steelers to 10 points or under in the first half. If we are able to do that again, we're in a pretty good position. Even if we're down, the game is not out of hand, and we're able to go ahead and try to put something together to make a push in the second half and really holding the Steelers to under 20 points. And if we're able to do that, I think we'll have a possibility of stealing one from them. And obviously, for us, is making sure our offense scores 20 plus points in this game. And we were shy in that Broncos game. We only scored 18. And so we have to stay consistent, making sure we're hitting 20, 21, 24, 28, etc. Obviously, the more the better. And that would be great if we can go ahead and finally see this offense wake up. And if Aiden O'Connell is able to actually do that and wake these guys up and spark up the defense and get them going, that's going to be awesome. And we can go into the following week, and I believe the following week is against the Rams with an ignited offense. But if we're still struggling and we're still stalling and we can't get drives together, and it's just going to be a long game. So, obviously everything kind of depends on Aiden O'Connell. It's a lot of pressure for this guy, but he's been in this position before. He started last year, and then now he's officially starting this game. So, this is our guy. This is the quarterback that we're dealt with now, and so I give him my support. I think a lot of the Raider Nation is giving their support as well. That'll be great to see, and hopefully he finds success tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on and just give my my opinions on the keys to victory for tomorrow. And I hope that the Raiders pull this one out, because I got a bet going on a bottle of a Remy Martin if the Raiders win tomorrow with my brother-in-law. So I definitely want that bottle, and I cannot lose. If not, then I owe this guy a bottle of Jameson. So that is the annual bet that me and him do. We always come up and we always talk about, hey, so what are we going to bet this year? Usually he does bet a bottle of Jameson. I gave him some other stuff the years prior, but now we're doing it for the Steeler game. And so we'll carry on the tradition as long as the Raiders and Steelers play together every year, or just about every year. So I'm definitely a little bit more invested than I usually am in this game. So hopefully they win and I get this payout. But more importantly, honestly, if we're able to pull off this win, we go into the next week, week 7, 3-3, playing the Rams. And then we go, if we're able to get that win, because Rams ain't doing too good either, we're able to go and play the Chiefs the following week in Vegas, being at 4-3, and that game could go either way. Yeah, hey, Chiefs so far are undefeated, but a lot of shit could happen, and we got their number last year, and I'm pretty sure it can happen again, because when it comes to these division games, these are dogfights, man. It brings out something else in the team, and so just just be ready to see a different Raider team when it comes to play the Chiefs. But if we're in a good position where we put together a few wins, we bounce back, and we're 4-3, and we're playing this, 6-0 Chiefs, or they're 5-1, whatever the record is will be at the time. Um, we go into our building, our house, with confidence, and obviously, shutting up Mahomes, aka Kermit, is always going to be, an awesome thing to see, and having him walk his ass back to KC with his tail between his legs and head down is going to be an amazing feeling. So I hope we're able to get this win tomorrow. I want to go ahead and just obviously shout out my brother-in-law, Chris Pierce, out there. If you're watching, brother, get that bottle ready for me. Shout out to the Rain Nation as always. And again, thank you for tuning in. This has been a Just Raiders Baby podcast, episode 6, Raiders versus Steelers, pregame keys to victory and predictions. And then my final prediction, obviously, I can't let go, can't finish this episode off without an actual prediction. So I see tomorrow we win. It's gonna be 24-17, and some people will probably not agree with that score, but that's the score I'm going with. Again, got to score 20 plus points to win the game. Um, and other than that, it might be a low scoring game. If it is a low scoring game, so I go high and then I go low. So if it's a low scoring game, it's probably going to be 14-13. Raiders come up top. It's going to be won by a field goal, or it's going to be won just by a narrow point. So uh, hopefully that will happen tomorrow. Again, thank you for tuning in to Just Raiders Baby podcast. I am Jay Raider. Catch me on my socials, Instagram and on X at JRaider_505. That's JRaider_505. And then obviously like and subscribe to this podcast at Just Raiders Baby Podcast. Again, we'll see you tomorrow. Go Raiders. And again, remember, Just Raiders Baby.